It is a time of transition. As we gather with family on this Christmas Eve of 2025, our nation's gateway to the cosmos, NASA, has a new leader at the helm. This week, the White House announced the appointment. The decision has sent ripples through the scientific community and beyond. For many, this brings anticipation and hope for fresh energy and new directions. Yet for others, including myself, it sparks a flicker of profound concern. This is not a distant, abstract, administrative shuffle. NASA is the embodiment of our collective curiosity. We task it with answering humanity's oldest questions. We task it with exploring new worlds. We task it with ensuring our technological edge on a planet that increasingly depends on space. The leadership of this agency matters to every single one of us. Why should we care? Because NASA is more than rockets and astronauts in shiny suits. It is critical national infrastructure and part of our global identity. Its satellites help predict devastating hurricanes. Its satellites enable the GPS in your car. Its satellites connect our world. The research it funds pushes the boundaries of medicine. The research it funds pushes the boundaries of materials science. The research it funds pushes the boundaries of computing. It is the engine that inspires a generation to pursue science. It is the engine that inspires a generation to pursue technology. The core of the problem is a simple yet alarming disconnect. The new chief, by their own resume, lacks deep, first-hand experience in space science and aerospace engineering. Imagine asking a brilliant shipbuilder to navigate a treacherous, uncharted sea with no training in celestial navigation. They may know how to keep the vessel afloat and manage the crew, but they do not intrinsically understand the stars that guide the way. This is the risk we now face. Running NASA is not like running a typical corporation. Its products are knowledge inspiration. Its deadlines are set by orbital mechanics, not market demand. Its greatest risks are not financial loss, but the loss of irreplaceable science and potentially human life. This lack of specialized knowledge can manifest in dangerous ways. A leader without a deep grasp of technical realities may unknowingly push for unrealistic timelines. They might hear engineers express caution about a component and interpret it as mere bureaucratic slowness rather than a critical safety warning. They might see a budget line for triple redundant systems and view it as wasteful spending, not as the essential insurance policy that it is. These are not hypothetical fears. The history of aerospace is written with the tragic consequences of such misunderstandings. When the person at the very top cannot distinguish between calculated risk and outright recklessness, the entire chain of command is compromised. History provides a sober warning. We do not need to speculate wildly about what could go wrong. We can simply look at the past. There have been instances where non-technical pressures applied from leadership have led to disastrous outcomes. Consider the tragic loss of the Space Shuttle Challenger in 1986. While the direct cause was a technical failure of an O-ring, the investigation by the Rogers Commission revealed a deeper, systemic problem. It found a decision-making process where the concerns of engineers were downplayed and overridden by managers under pressure to meet an ambitious launch schedule. This is a classic example of how a culture that prioritizes schedule over safety, often driven from the top, can lead to catastrophe. We have seen similar patterns in less tragic but still damaging forms. In the late 1990s, a new mantra of faster, better, cheaper was imposed on NASA's planetary science missions. While the intention to be more efficient was laudable, the implementation, driven by budgetary and administrative goals rather than engineering reality, was flawed. This era saw the failure of the Mars Climate Orbiter and the Mars Polar Lander in 1999. The investigation into the Climate Orbiter revealed an astonishingly basic error. One team used metric units while another used imperial units, a mistake that a more rigorous, technically focused oversight process should have caught. These failures cost hundreds of millions of dollars and set back Mars exploration for years. So, well, we should be cautious. This moment of concern does not have to become a crisis. There is a clear, practical path forward to mitigate the risks and harness the potential strengths of the new leadership. The first and most critical step is for the new chief to immediately establish and empower a robust science and engineering advisory council. This cannot be a token committee for show. It must be composed of the agency's most respected and experienced scientists and engineers, grizzled veterans who have seen missions succeed and fail. This council must be given a real voice and a formal role in all major programmatic budgetary safety decisions. The new chief's primary job, especially in the beginning, should be to listen to these experts. Second, we must demand radical transparency. NASA belongs to the public, and its operations should be as open as possible. Commit to publishing clear, accessible roadmaps for all major projects, budgets, timelines. In summary, the arrival of a new leader at NASA with a background outside of science and engineering presents a genuine risk. Risk to our long-term scientific goals, risk to the safety culture protecting astronauts, risk to our standing in global cooperation. Lessons from history. When non-technical pressures override scientific and engineering judgment, the result is often failure, costing time, money, and sometimes lives. Not a moment for complacency, a moment for vigilance, also a moment of opportunity. Path forward. Insulate the agency with robust guardrails. Empower an independent council of experts. Demand radical transparency in major decisions. Secure long-term funding for foundational missions. Reinforce the sanctity of the safety process.